Popcorn junkies, we've seen one of the most highly anticipated in our household Marvel films that we've been so excited about. We did all the trailers. Kiki described him as a grape, Tom Hardy that is. Kiki was desperately disappointed because it came through as a 15 certificate, and obviously that means she couldn't go and see it. We were all hoping for a 12A.
How can you be a popcorn junkie without this popcorn junkie?
Your hair looks like a symbiote.
I was watching Night School by Kevin Hart while they were watching
Venom.
with Kevin Hart. Venom, so I will be reviewing that.
Yeah. Oh, you and Kiki
I think I should go to a hairdresser and a makeup artist.
Yeah, okay. I was really excited going in. How excited were you guys?
Well, we saw it late last night and I was really excited about it because obviously it's a Marvel film. Well, it's not a proper Marvel film.
What is it? It's like a strange offshoot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an association with it because he's not like a mainstream.
Yeah. He's Spider-Man's arch enemy.
Well, yes, he is. I mean, could some followers just clarify, what is this strange subcategory of Marvel content, and when will it all default over to the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Because this was Columbia Pictures, Sony Pictures, it's all very odd.
I really like Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
I can't tell if you guys do or not.
Going in, I was really excited, and I'm excited it was a Tom Hardy film. I'm always excited by the thought of Tom Hardy, but sometimes he can not quite deliver, and so that's the only thing that worried me.
Well, the only thing I was worried about was Riz Ahmed being the villain.
Yes,
because I felt he was quite short. I'm not saying that short men
can't be villains.
He's very, there is an element of them not being as
scary,
and he looks like it's got a baby's face. Four lions, I guess, but he had like an element of.
Well, it was very comedic, wasn't it? It was sort
so I wasn't sure about.
I know what you mean.
About him.
I wasn't convinced about the casting, and
I wasn't.
And the jury's out for me on Michelle Williams. She's turning in beyond average performances, I think.
Yeah, they didn't give her a lot to do.
Well, no, is Tom Hardy Marmite?
I think he.
Because every woman I speak to loves him.
Oh well, all women love him because he's so lovely.
And what do we think that's about? His ordinariness.
No, he's good looking.
He's not ordinary.
No, but Nadia sort of mentioned yesterday, I was quite shocked, she's always claimed she doesn't fancy Tom Hardy, and then she went, it's because he's so sort of normal and approachable. I was like, all right.
Yeah, but he's hot, as they say. I don't say this from my point of view.
Oh, Christ, Nadia, I just said Tom Hardy was hot.
He's very hot listening to people talk.
Oh, right. He's got nice lips.
Oh, God, I don't know that much. You know more than me.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I must admit, you're right, Maddie. You're right to say you don't know what we think of him. I thought he was brilliant when he didn't speak in Mad Max.
That's because they put something over his voice, so that wasn't to do with his acting.
I thought he was great as Bane, but I think he's struggled to lose Bane's voice in every performance he's ever done since. Venom, who is
Venom?
Well, I am Venom.
Yeah. Well, I got quite fond of Venom.
I will turn you into a turd, and you will walk the streets
with
no arms and legs.
Yeah,
you will run around like a turd in the wind.
In the wind.
No,
he could have done his voice.
Symbiotes, which look like a viral bug straight out of the movie Life. But let's face it, Venom was around as a concept way before
some
Life.
people went to see Life.
But we started with them impacting on Earth in a spaceship where they've been clearly sort of found and they're being brought back to Earth.
Yeah, but they've crashed.
That was a bit of a quick catch-up at the beginning.
No, and Riz Ahmed is responsible for importing these dastardly things into the country.
So yeah, he's quite panicked the whole time.
Yeah, he is panicked, isn't he?
He's trying to get them all together.
Just to go back to Riz Ahmed for a minute, because although I thought the same as you, he's too young, he's too pretty, he's too everything to be a villain, he was a good villain, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought so. I totally believed him.
Yeah, at times I thought he was good, but I still did have a problem that I wouldn't be scared of him. Like, he was a psychopath.
Yeah.
But I don't understand where he would have gotten all of that power. Like, he just didn't seem powerful enough.
I tell you when he was at his best. I thought it was at his best when he was sort of scientifically obsessed in an almost sort of unemotional way with the results. When he was just interested in the results and he couldn't see the humanity. He's aligned this film, Riz Ahmed, to classic werewolf films or even Jekyll and Hyde films. And if you think about it, it is a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde film, isn't it? He sort of drinks a poison and suddenly unleashes the darker side of his character.
Yeah.
I tell you what I thought. I thought the getting into the story was a bit clunky.
Yeah.
And if I'm honest, I thought the getting out of it at the end was a bit clunky.
Yeah.
I thought it really got into its stride, this film, after 20 minutes.
Yeah.
When poor old Eddie Brock got possessed.
Yeah, I agree with you with the beginning. I was a bit like, oh, please don't do this to me. I was really excited about you, and you know, you're one of my Marvel films.
Yeah.
The running joke throughout is that he doesn't want to be called a parasite, but it's like a parasite.
Yeah.
This virus that he gets, I thought it was really good from there because he was really good at playing the kind of two-sided.
Yeah, slightly schizophrenic him.
Yeah, like talking to himself and then moving his body. I thought he was brilliant.
He was.
His character came to life when he was like.
It did, didn't it?
And they sort of let us into that slowly, and he was very good at that.
He was.
So just giving you bits and pieces of this virus, and then not knowing quite how bad it was, and then.
Because I had real cause for concern at the beginning when his like boss at the sort of newspaper or online place that he was. It was like the Huffington Post, wasn't it? Yeah. He was a reporter. I was thinking, this is all a bit sort of two-dimensional and cardboard cutout as a story goes. And then he went to interview Riz Ahmed, and he had that sort of classic journalist walking along. I mean, this is a minor detail which irritates the pants out of me like bad hair. But why do they, whenever they have TV cameramen in programmes, you can see that the camera's not pointing at them. It was backing away, and the camera was pointing. I was like, God's sake, you're getting all this other detail correct, but your cameraman's clearly filming the ceiling.
I didn't know.
Oh, look at it again next time. So all of that sort of procedural getting in, I found a bit clunky. I found Michelle Williams' hair so distracting, I couldn't take her serious.
Does she always wear a wig? Because her hair is never good.
I think it must be because she's straddling parts.
Yeah, maybe.
Because she's actually got really short hair.
I mean, it sounds like a really minor detail, but it really interfered with me being able to sort of...
Yeah, like the way it was placed, it was like...
Yeah, it was like someone had just come on set suddenly and just sort of shifted it. It was like a Playmobil hair. You know,
I thought they were good together.
Well, I think everything about this film got stronger and better the further it went on.
It did.
Yeah.
What did we think of the CGI?
I thought the beginning, I wasn't sure.
I wasn't entirely certain.
I don't think the beginning was very good. It felt like they'd kind of put it in last minute.
What, the ship or the...
Quickly did the CGI. Ship and like the ambulance. But I felt like when, they'd got the symbiotes and in the lab, and obviously when Tom Hardy was possessed with it and everything, I thought it was just a different kind of CGI, and I kind of went along with it more. I didn't think it was necessarily bad. I thought it was just a different style, and I quite liked it. It looked like liquid.
Yes, it did. It did. I mean, I must admit, I kept finding myself reaching out to the film Life, because they have a very similar, obviously, micro-alien organism, which I thought, if I'm going to be honest, I thought the CGI in Life was better than in this. I thought it was a more believable thing that interacted. You know when Ryan Reynolds' face got eaten? Yeah. That felt more believable than when this was going in and sort of by osmosis going into the chest. But that said, I thought one of the most powerful scenes was that the first human guinea pig.
Yeah.
Was a really shocking scene, wasn't it?
Yeah, I reckon that's why it was a 15.
That
was the scene they wouldn't take out.
Yeah. The one where it's coming out of his back.
Bumping out.
Yeah, because it's so fixed on him.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty nasty, they were watching.
Yeah, and I could have done with a bit more of that. I could have done with a bit more of the build-up. You know, they played with a rabbit. I was looking forward to a bit more experimentation. The malevolence in Riz Ahmed was strongest when it was incidental. You know, like, I'm just a scientist trying to get... He doesn't see the humanity of the people he's throwing in there. Yeah. OK, well, I'm going to throw up some contentious thoughts. The Guardian describes it as Tom Hardy flames out in poisonously dull Spider-Man spin-off.
Oh, my God.
Venom, a bizarre and baffling mess. A bloated disaster. These are the reviews coming through. Yeah, overnight. These are the overnights coming through.
Oh my God.
So there's a lot of negative reaction out there. There is a rumour mill, just referencing The Star Is Born a bit, that Lady Gaga's fans are rubbishing it because they've both been released on the same day internationally.
Yeah.
Venom may well be the dumbest film ever made. When I asked about his favourite scene in the film, Tom Hardy said, things that aren't in this movie are my favourite things. There are like 30 to 40 minutes worth of scenes that aren't in them. All of them. Mad puppeteering scenes, dark comedy scenes, you know what I mean? They just never made it in. Now, this is my concern with the certificate. Huge cuts were made for it to achieve a PG-13 in America. And I think a lot of people are very disappointed that there was a much darker film and a much more schizophrenic film, where all the stuff we liked in it, and I think we did like stuff in it.
Yeah, we did.
There was a lot more of it, including Tom Hardy saying 40 minutes was cut out, and we did feel it was very... I mean, we thought it was
really short. It felt like it started and then it finished. It had weak parts, but I didn't think it was a bad film.
No.
Very strong criticisms.
Very strong criticisms. I mean, people, again, I wonder if it's going to be one of those films where the critics have already made up their mind before they go in to see it.
I can imagine for Tom Hardy himself, because having done all the acting, he would want all the bits that were his favourite bits in it.
That must be so annoying, wasn't it, as an actor, when you've done the bits that you gave a really good performance to, you really, really liked, and then you go and see the film and they're just not in there.
Oh, it must be really frustrating.
You don't want to mess with Tom Hardy.
Well, no.
I mean, I would be very worried about cutting out 40 minutes of a film, scenes that Tom Hardy liked, regardless of whether
it's a bit like it's a bit like Suicide Squad when they cut all the Jared Leto Joker scenes out and he was really annoyed.
It was very short, but we liked what we saw, the three of us, and I felt it was almost like a taster for a bigger film, in the sense that when we came out, I said to you guys, well, will they go on to make another film like with more of him? Because I really liked it.
Well, I hope it's a precursor to a more detailed and in-depth kind of exploration.
And I think all of that, the fact that we did all three like it and all the things we're saying is totally down to Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
It was his film. He was funny, funny as anything.
Yeah, well, I think he brought so much to it. I mean, his ability to be talking to himself and disbelieving of this thing inside him.
That would have been so hard to act as well, because he wouldn't, the Venom thing, it's like, when he was like talking to its face and everything, wouldn't have actually been there.
But did you know that apparently on set he was recording his own voice into his ear of Venom, and the actors acting opposite him didn't know what he was hearing, so their reactions were real. So when he was, you know, really sort of spinning out of control, they were in reactive mode on many of those scenes. He kept that, and I think that was a really good detail. I thought I wouldn't like the really big, mashed up Jackson Pollock-like fight at the end, but I thought it was something rather beautiful.
There was.
Like the two symbiotes, kind of.
Yeah, and because their heads kept coming out,
yeah,
so
that was clever.
You sort of saw
their actual bodies.
The whole thing. No, I love that. I really liked all the set pieces. I like the car scene at the beginning.
Really like the car chase?
Yeah, I like car chases.
Yeah.
It was set in San Francisco.
Yes.
And San Francisco looked great.
Obviously there were quite a few fight scenes, but there weren't so many that it became really boring and you're like, here's another fight scene. And when there were fight scenes, they were really good. Like they had something new.
As he's walking around the streets of San Francisco with Venom in his head and they're talking to us, I could almost watch a 1 hour film of just him walking around talking to himself.
It was that good.
It was that good.
Yeah.
He is that good.
Yeah, it was going a different route to all of the other
Yes, it's
Marvel
trying
films.
something different.
Yeah, because like we say with Marvel films, there's usually, as much as I still love them, don't say I'm not a Marvel fan.
You DC fangirl.
Yeah, but the difference between these two is that you know, Marvel films usually have quite a lot of other things happening at the same time.
The city's exploding.
Yeah, and you know, for some people sometimes it's a bit confusing. I mean, not for me, but like for you, for example. Whereas Venom, we were following. It wasn't a strong storyline, but we were just following one storyline, so it was easier to catch up with. And usually with superhero films, there's like a massive explosion in the sky, or the world's gonna end and everything. But I liked how it was like this. It was kind of mini conflict.
Well, you're right, it was sort of internal conflict, quite literally internal conflict. Well, there was that lovely line that Venom says to him. What's that lovely line?
I'm the loser in my planet too, like you. It's like,
and I thought that was really nice. I thought that kind of, there was a sort of grudging respect for each other.
Yeah, and I did really like how we also had some, felt sympathy for Venom itself. The virus, rather than just thinking it's this really disgusting thing.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be fascinated to see how this plays out. If Tom Hardy, it's always good when an actor in a film comes out critically saying actually all the best bits have been cut out. It always leaves you, in a weird way, I don't think it'll do any harm to it at the box office. I think it'll be a huge hit in America this weekend. Okay, well, in summary, let's sum up and give our scores.
I was really excited about Venom. However, it was weird. Last minute, I was having second thoughts. I was like, oh, please, I really want you to be good. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the perfect film. I thought Tom Hardy was amazing.
Yeah, I did.
Like, even right down to his neighbour.
And
like the woman in the shop and everything. I really liked the CGI and everything. I really liked the design of Venom himself. So yeah, oh my god, I don't know how I'm going to rate that. It's really sad that people have given it such bad reviews.
28% on Rotten Tomatoes. You don't get that low. Yeah, 28%.
That's a bit mean. That's like Lone Ranger. They've bought it before they've seen it. A 6.5.
Okay. I went in with great expectations, very excited, was intrigued, was a bit concerned about Tom Hardy, but if this film's done anything for me, it's confirmed that he's great. And he carried off, I thought, a really, really difficult part, really. I mean, you know, this split personality and what have you, but he delivered comedy. My frustration with the film, if there is any, is that it was a bit pedestrian getting in, and it was a bit sort of deflating getting out. It did feel spectacularly short. I mean, I can get why people are maybe not that excited about the CGI. I kept comparing it to Life, and I thought Life did something similar much more effectively. And my sense of excitement watching this increased the more it went on. The more I enjoyed the entwined personalities of Hardy and Venom, the more I wanted to see. And that, for me, surely has to be the sign of a good first film in a potentially new franchise. So I'm gagging for more of that stuff from another film. I think I'll probably go around your score. I'd give it 7 out of 10.
Okay. It stands or fails on Tom Hardy, and I thought he was brilliant. It's like the ultimate buddy film, actually.
Yeah, it is.
I like the CGI because it's so nothing, and then it becomes something. I love all of that.
Yeah.
But Riz, I love Riz too. So two really strong actors facing off against each other.
Two strong British
and
actors.
Turning into monsters was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
I would give it a 7.
Oh, okay.
Maybe even a 7.5.
Ooh, maybe the highest from Nanny Died.
I wanted to mention one scene. I really loved the scene when you went into the really posh restaurant.
Oh my God.
Yes,
And
I kind of want to do that.
Yeah.
I kind of want to eat a lobster the way he does.
Yeah. And how the most disgusting thing in the film was that he ate a chicken carcass from the pit.
Oh yeah. The bit that you found the most repulsive and gagging wasn't a CGI moment at all of someone's head coming off. And I also like the way Venom had a bit of a crush on Michelle Williams. Separately to him.
Yes.
Oh, I like her.
She's nice. I
I
like
thought
it.
that was
Yeah, no,
funny.
absolutely.
Hang on, I can hear something in my head.
Stop.
For more film and family fun, don't forget to click the subscribe button and make sure to click the bell to never miss an update.